How you doing, grown folks? How y'all doing today? This is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka what? What? Lady D. I'm sitting back in my comfort zone, you guys, and I apologize. It's been a few days. I haven't been able to get on here and really touch bases with you, but I'm trying to find a moment today. I have been dealing with some challenges, having some good days, bad days with my healing. Also, a family member of mine was in a very bad car accident, and so it's been taking a toll because they was banged up and hurt pretty bad. So I've been, trying to keep myself emotionally intact for that. So thank you for your prayers. If you can do that for us, I would appreciate it. But I wanted to get on here today and just kind of, you know, talk about our greatness as queens and kings. And I'll start it off by talking about our lovely queens. I don't know if you guys can see it, but my shirt today does say that I am a queen. And a queen starts in the mindset and the whole persona and aura that you give off and that you're accepted by and your standards. And we have to remember that no matter what the trials are, no matter what you are going through, that you are great. That you are great. And by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, this is Afternoon Thoughts with your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D. Sometimes I get to talk and I forget to even introduce me. All right. But yeah, so it is we have to pay attention and reflect upon the greatness of us. And I say that because, I think sometimes in the midst of our trials and struggles, we oftentimes can undermine what's important to us, what's important about us, and what we will and cannot and won't accept. And sometimes, depending on the circumstances in your life, you find yourself accepting things that you would probably normally not. And that's dealing with a certain way that you are treated, a certain way that you are approached, a certain way that you are respected, a certain way that you are appreciated. And I'm going to hope I get through this video without getting a phone call and all this other stuff. Because every time I go live on my little device here, I get this call, but we gonna talk against that today. But we have got to remember, especially as women, beautiful, beautiful women. You know, I know, and loneliness is real, and we have to remember to love ourselves in a way that at times when you have to go through that loneliness, when you have to go through that space by yourself, that it is your building up period. It is your growth period. It is your self identifying identification period. It is the time that you need to regroup and get totally into you. And times will get lonely. I'm gonna tell you, I have been on a single plane for many years. It's been over 10 years now. And it's not by choice, it's just because that right one just has not presented itself for me to go over and beyond and take the rest of this segment of my life with someone on that caliber. I'm not settling. I'm not settling for just because you're lonely at times, just because you want a certain status because most of your friends are already there. They're either married or they're in relationships or whatever the situation. So you feel a little out of the box. Sometimes you will bring others around to certain events and to be in your life around certain things because you just don't want to go alone, but you're not really into that person like that, or that person is really not worthy of your time like that, but you'll do what you do. But I have got to tell you, over the time frame of being totally engulfed in self, it gives you the time to really clean out your own cobwebs. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But we have that time to self-identify, to clean out your closet, to unpack your baggage, to identify, your strengths and your weaknesses, to be able to bring forth in a new, you know, relationship or connection, to be able to bring forth. I'm trying to adjust my camera here, to be able to bring forth freshness and goodness, and no just jumping from one thing to another just because you want to be with someone. And I didn't understand that years ago, but I understand it now. And I am so thankful that I had that time to really now know what I need, what I want, how I'll take it, how I won't take it. Being comfortable in the skin that I'm in, being comfortable with being alone sometimes, being comfortable with going out and doing things solo. You meet some fabulous people doing that. Um, Being comfortable with just waiting, waiting for that right presentation and not settling. So I can say that I appreciated that time at this point of having that. But in the beginning, I didn't understand it. Oh, it was like, oh my God, why is this happening again? Pick the wrong one, blah, blah, blah. But now I know. Now I know. But we as queens, we have got to be in the mindset of understanding, appreciating, and really accepting the beauty that's inside and out. And sometimes we talked briefly about this on the show Sunday about, you know, women in their hair, and how, a man wants her to just be herself, and, regardless of whatever she's dealing with, short hair, bald hair, alopecia, whatever, sometime take the wig off, the weave off, and let him just be comfortable with you. And some people are just not comfortable with that. But we have to be comfortable with the season that we're in. We have got to love ourselves before we can love anybody else, and before anybody can love us. And I see it all too often where, I don't know if it's self esteem, I don't know if it's just going through a storm in your life at this time, but sometimes women, some women will settle and accept things any kind of way just to be with someone. They'll accept the bad treatment, they'll accept the disrespect. And disrespect comes in all channel in forms. It could be verbal disrespect. It could be, and we're talking about abuse too. Disrespect, abuse, same line. It could be verbal abuse. It could be physical abuse. It could be mental abuse. It could be get out of my space, silent treatment abuse. Abuse is abuse, is abuse, is abuse. And a lot of times, people will settle for that because why? Because they don't want to put the time and energy into doing something different, getting involved with something brand new, you know, unpacking the bags and just saying, okay, I need to woosah and unpack these bags and get into self. So they will settle for a situation that's all bad. Um, and beat themselves up, literally, mentally, physically, emotionally beat themselves up because they know that they're worth more. They know that they should have better, but they are accepting less. Why? Why do women do that? Some women. Why? What is it? Does it stem from abandonment issues? Does it stem from low self esteem? Does it stem from not feeling that you're worthy or good enough to get something better? Perhaps the situation you're in, you feel as though that's the best you can get. Perhaps you're mimicking um, what you have grown up on. Maybe you've seen that type of treatment growing up in your household as a youngster and you're taking it into adulthood. I'm not sure, but I'm here to tell you, you beautiful, beautiful queens, you deserve so much better. You have got to love yourself first. You don't need a relationship just to have a relationship, regardless of how you're being treated or how a person is loving you. Love does not hurt. It is not painful. It does not cause regular depression. It does not cause you to feel dark. It's a light, a brightness, a airiness. It does not cause you to regret the situation or life that you're in because of this other person. So you have got to get in tune with you. We have also men who are on that plane of not feeling too good about themselves. Hey, round back, how you doing, sweetie? Um, we have men who also don't feel great. They just don't feel great about who they are. You know, the world out here, life, um, circumstances beat our men, our black men in particular, beat them upside the head, literally, with being out here in this world trying to hold on to their manhood and their importance and their lifestyles. And they deal with stuff on the job, from the community, at the stores. I saw one gentleman, he was in the store shopping, decent looking guy walking around with his jeans on, a little sweat jacket, whatever, just shopping. Probably had a pocket full of money. We don't know. And they literally had somebody kind of following him. And I saw the person kind of, the clerk kind of, following him. And then they would stop and look at some clothes and do this, and then they would follow him. And I'm like, why are they? It's just because maybe they felt he was suspect. Or maybe he looked like he had the part. I don't know. He looked like he was an okay dude with me. And when he got up to the register, because I wasn't too far behind in line with him, he pulled out money and paid for what he paid for and walked up out of there. Smelling good, looking good, everything. So it's just the things that our men have to encounter and endure out here in the world and the life anyway. And then a lot of times they do get beat down by the ones that they care about and look up to the most. They may get beat down by their own parents. You ain't gonna never be nothing. You ain't never been nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna be about nothing. You ain't gonna have nobody that's about anything. Don't nobody want you. Look at you when they get beat down verbally and emotionally by those that sometimes are rearing them up. So then they go into the relationships out here in the world and they have a bitterness. They have a monkey on their back, and then they treat their women, sometimes children, in the same way that they were treated, because that is a bitter, bitter seed. And that is a hollow part of their life and their heart. And they know no difference. And then it's a comfort zone. If I lash out and I treat somebody in a certain way and keep myself emotionally disattached, guess what? Then I'm shielding and protecting this, because they're not going to be able to get in and hurt me. They not gonna be able to get in and make me feel some kind of way. It's nothing worse than our brothers going out here into the world, getting beat up, getting beat down, thumped upside the head, bounced around. Only thing they trying to do is make a decent living to be able to get the respect that they deserve and come home, and they have to get beat down in their home from the time they walk in the door by the one that they love, appreciate, and look up to. Men go through a lot. Self-esteem is affected. If you have a relationship or a woman that is constantly telling you, you ain't this, you ain't that, you don't do this, you don't do that, I'm just gonna have to, find somebody else. Or The last person I was with, oh, please don't go there with this. The last person I was with, they did XYZ. They had two, three jobs and a business. And here you are whining and complaining about you can't find a job. You need to go find a job. And they'll make the man feel like this. Self esteem goes down here. And a lot of times he stays in that situation because he doesn't feel that he's worthy to go out and get better. He doesn't believe in himself to be able to go out and do better because this person has pounded him up on the head, just like banging a nail on the head about all his imperfections, all his inabilities, all his what he can't do, what he ain't doing. And the worst thing for a man is when he's in a situation and his finances is not in order. If his finances is not in order, he is all bad. He can't even begin to love you in the way that you need to. He can't even begin to respect and feel good about himself. Now you do have some that is comfortable with just laying up on a woman, and that's just how it is. That's they've always laid up on somebody. So they don't know no different. They ain't doing no better. They ain't gonna do no different. But you have those that are true men that are going through situations in their lifestyle in lifetime that bring them down for a minute and they are not feeling good. So when you're in a situation where you're constantly getting badgered by the one you love, either it's your relatives that you're living with because you can't live nowhere else by yourself right now, or it's the mate that you go home to, whether it's the wifey, whether it's the girlfriend, whatever, they're always making you feel less than. So your self esteem goes down. A lot of time that causes that type of man to focus on substance abuse. They want to drink their problems away. They want to get high and get their take their problems away. They want to physically abuse, mentally abuse the person they're with to make them feel macho again. And trust me, all of that does not erase anything. What it does is bring back a whole nother hell that's going to be worse than the one you already had. It's consequences. We talked about on the show accountability. You have got to be accountable for your actions in some way, shape, or form. And a lot of times it's hard for a person to admit their wrongs. It's hard for a person to admit, well, my bad. I could have did that differently. I shouldn't have did that. It's usually an excuse for every excuse. And when a person is feeling down and low on their self esteem and not feeling like the king that they are, not feeling like the queen that they are or can be, they're going to react in ways that is um, very negative and non productive in any way in regards to their life and the choices that they make. Now, mind you, like I said, it has got to start with self. You can't find true happiness and true self being and well being and all that and acceptance. You can't get that from others. You can't find that from others. It has got to come from within. That's where it has to start. And for some reason, some miss that memo and they don't want to work on themselves. They want to blame and make excuses for everybody else, for their situation, for the hole that they're in, for the life gut punches that they're going through. Let me tell you something, honey. You ain't going through nothing that ain't nobody else went through and some. It's always somebody out there that done went through a lot worse. It's always somebody that's going through a lot less. It's always somebody that's just going through. And they come up out of it. And it's not that you get in the hole, it's how you come out the hole. So we have got to be in a place where we accept the fact that life is what it is. It is going to bring about challenges. It's going to bring about situations that hey hype, how you doing? Hey, yay. Glad to see you guys this afternoon. Round back as well. Um It's not about that the situation happens, it's about it has happened, it's part of life. What am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? It starts with yourself. You work on you. You're not going to sit up here and accept things any kind of way. I'd be doggone at this point in my life where I've come from. And trust me, I'm still working on some things. But I've come from a place where it was one right after another. As soon as you got through with this, you was in that. As soon as you got through with that, you was in this. It was just boom, 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 like a domino effect. So you you know you have to woosah with all that. You have to break it. You have to sit back and start identifying why, what is going on. Thank you, Hyde. And you have got to get to the depths of why am I this needy? Why am I having to be into something or somebody over and over and over again when I'm all toe up? And if you toe up, and sometimes you don't even have to be toe up, but you get with the wrong people that make you feel toe up. You feel what I'm saying? You get with the wrong people that make you feel toe up. So they make you feel inadequate. They make you feel as if, well, if I don't want you, nobody else does or will. Um, because you ain't gonna never get nobody better than me. And they are the worst. They the worst. They tell you, you ain't gonna get nobody better than me. You ain't gonna do better than me. So you just gotta take it the way I give it. I'm giving it to you like this, and this is what you deserve, and this is what you should have. And they stay in that situation. It's not normal, it's dysfunctional to be disrespected in any kind of way. You are a beautiful queen. Own it. Own your queenship. Own your queenness. If you have got to be by yourself until you get that and you feel that, then so be it. Find a hobby, take some classes, get involved with self improvement, encircle yourself around positive, good people doing good things. People that will encourage you, that will help build you up. And this goes for the men too. Don't lay down your kingship. It's enough that society is beating you up as it is. You don't need to be in a relationship or with somebody that's beating you down also. Because there are certain things that you have to kind of grit your teeth and deal with outside there, even though you need to demand your respect as well. But you got to kind of deal with some things out there in society just to be able to feed your family. But when it comes to in the comfort zone of your own home, no, you don't have to be with someone that's beating you down to the ground. We are beautiful queens and kings. Nobody should take that from you. Nobody should make you feel less than ever. And if they do, dismiss it. When you first meet somebody and you getting to know them and they into you, I was listening to somebody talking about this briefly. I forget what video that was, but briefly about uh, how you go out and you meet somebody, and sometimes the man want to say, "Well, hey, take my number, put it in my phone, take my number, call me, blah blah," blah. And they drop it in the lap of the woman to do. No, if a man is interested, he's gonna take your number, and girl, he's gonna call you if he's interested. And men, if she's interested, you ain't gonna have to call 100 times before you get a call back. Because at some point, within a certain decent amount of her finishing what she's doing, she may be dealing with the kids, she may be at work, she may be at school, whatever. When she get a free moment, she gonna hit you back if she's interested. But a man should be the one to take that number. A man should be the one to pursue her. Sometimes you get these situations, fellas, where you'll meet a lady, you get her number, And you call and you call and you call and you call, and she just, it's like, well, she give me her number for? She don't never even call her brother back. And then finally, when you get through and you do finally talk to her, she busy. Oh, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Jimmy Wimmy, what's happening? Uh-huh. Yeah, I've been busy, but I tell you what, as a matter of fact, I'm busy right now doing a few things, but I'm gonna get back with you. You don't hear from her. She just gave you the number just to be, I guess, taking points or building up her little self-esteem at how many she got for the night or whatever. She wasn't interested. Same with the man. You know, a lot of women, they feel like, well, God, I mean, man, I met him, man, we just clicked. It was cool. I got his number and I've been texting him. I've been calling him and, hey, he don't never get back with me. Or he may get back with me a few days or so. Trust me. He is preoccupied. I'm gonna have to call them back. I'm doing a video. I'm doing a video, y'all. I'm doing a video. But anyway, he is going to get back with you. So, ladies, stop putting down your queenship. Why do you have to keep texting, keep texting, keep texting, keep calling, keep calling, keep calling, and then maybe 10 hours, 12 hours, 2 days, 3 days, 12 days later, they hit you up. Or finally, you get a return text saying, hey, beautiful, yeah, I was thinking about you. Yeah, yeah, I was getting ready to call. Uh-huh. Yeah, you was thinking about me. But you couldn't take a moment to reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? You could tell them you just lost a toe, you just had surgery, and half your face gone, everything. They still they don't even reach out to see how you doing. How you doing? You all right? They gonna sew the other part of your face back on? You gonna be all right? They, boy, bye. So what I'm saying is, excuse me, we have got to stop laying down our queenship and our kingship. You are beautiful. You are the prize. The women, the men, the queens, the kings. Stop taking things any kind of way. Whoever told you that you have to, whatever's in your mind making you think that you need to dismiss that right now. You need to dismiss that because people or situations is not going to respect you in the way that they need to and should if they see that you do not respect yourself. If you are not respecting yourself and you're allowing someone to do any and everything to you, listen to what I'm saying, you guys. If you are allowing them to do any and everything to you, and you are accepting it, you are dealing with it, you're taking them back, you're acting like it didn't happen, you're taking the apology after apology after apology, and they still can get back into your clutches, they're going to do it again and worse. If a person truly respected and loved you, they wouldn't be taking you through all that. Trust me. If they have issues, they will self-identify them, get help for them, get them together, and then come to you right. Then treat you right. And we have got to hold on to our queenship and our kingship. It's not always about just your outer adornments, your outer appearance. There's some very beautiful people that is lovely on the surface, finer than aged wine. Okay, and that's men and women. Look really good. Body, banging, face, everything. But when it comes to that inside, that inner person, that inner man, that inner woman, they all jacked up. Just as ugly as they want to be. Just as ugly as they want to be. And that ugly inside comes out because they sooner or later start treating you ugly. Because why? They don't feel good about themselves. Even though they may have some outer looks. And you know, outer looks and stuff fade. That pretty look goes away sometimes. Some of us age gracefully, but there's some who look like a whole nother bugaboo when they get older. Oh man, it'd be all bad. So you've got to have that inner beauty, You have got to hold on to your queenship, to your kingship. You have got to demand respect. Stop dealing with things in any kind of way. Stop just being with someone just to be with someone. Life doesn't matter without them. Are you serious? You got a whole life to live. You got things you got to do. Why? Because God still got you here. God still have you here. So God still has you here for a reason, because look at the many of them that's dropping by the wayside that we know, that we're related to, that we heard of out of the blue, that's just not here no more, that we went to school with, that we grew up with. They not here no more. You're still here. So there's a purpose and a reason. We all have a time day stamp. We had a time day stamp for when we got here and a time day stamp for when we raised up out of here. You just don't know what that is. But at the end of the day, you're still here. So you're still given the opportunity to live your life, live it to your fullest, live it to your greatness. Okay? Don't allow another to dictate how you live or what you accept, or degrade and down you in a way that makes you feel like this. Own your queenship. Own your kingship. And for my black man, when you go out there into this world and they treating you any kind of way, I know sometimes it's hard. You gotta bite your tongue, this and this and that. But at the same token, you gotta demand your respect as well. You can't just fly off out of anger and do stuff crazy and cuss your boss out and punch him in the nose, and then you gotta worry about how you and your family gonna eat next week. It's a mental way. It's a different kind of way you can deal with people when they taking you out of your comfort zone, and they need to know that by all means you are to be respected. And women, when he walks his butt in that door, you are to treat him as the king that he is, and he is to treat you as the queen that you are. If there's other things that they focus on, you got some. I know a few people that think it's cool to have 3, 4 women, couple of women that think it's just real crazy to have 4, 5 men. Okay, if that's their trip, that's their trip. Because sooner or later, they're going to trip and fall, especially as you get older. Ain't nothing going down. Ain't nothing going down on a positive note as you get to a mature stage in your life, or any time in your life. But especially when you're in a mature stage in your life, to be trying to have 3, 4, 5 different men or women. What? So what you doing? Okay, you got to prove to yourself that stuff still work. You got to prove to yourself that people still want you, that you're desired. You got what you got to prove? Because you definitely got to prove something when you got so many at one time. You just do. You're just trying to find something. And if you got one at home that you're going to and you're still stepping out on 4, 5, yeah, the one at home must not be making you feel some kind of way. That may be the one that's beating you down or something, and you still with them. So you stay with them for whatever your selfish reasons are, and then you go on out there and you get 3, 4, 5 just to make you feel better emotionally. You feel I'm the man, or I'm the woman, or you do, all that, and you're gonna beat yourself down to failure doing that. God willing, you don't get no kids. God willing, you don't get no diseases that you can't get rid of. Because they got stuff you can't get rid of. Then you got to go home and tell the one you with that you got something you can't get rid of. Or you got to go home and not sleep with that person you at home with and come up with all these excuses like pick fights every day. And come up with some other excuse why you just don't want to get down with them no more. Because you know you carrying the bag of having some stuff, and you can't really tell them or don't want to, because you know they gonna put your butt out, and that's gonna be it. So stop laying down your kingship. Stop laying down your queenship. Love yourself. Love yourself. That was my strong message for today, grown folks. We have got to start putting stock into ourselves. Stop shortchanging ourselves. Stop. I can't say this enough. I may be repeating myself, but it's a strong message here. You have got to stop shortchanging you. Oh, hi, thank you. Make a girl feel all fuzzy today. Um, Yeah, you have got to stop shortchanging. You are the bomb. Can't nobody tell me I ain't the bomb. I'm the bomb. Mm-hmm. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So I don't want nothing but the bomb coming my way. If I'm the bomb, you got to be the bomb. I ain't taking it no other kind of way. We don't need no kind of explosives that we don't need. The explosives we need is the big explosive that we both making happen. Not no bull crap. I'm not taking it any kind of way. Own your queenship. Own your kingship. Message of the day. You guys have a wonderful day. I got to go. I guess to go. Keep my family in prayers for the healing of my brother that was in a very serious car accident. And keep me in prayers. I keep you in prayers. And let's lift one another up in a positive way. Have a great day. I've missed a couple of days touching with you guys. So I am going to be back on here tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon. Rest assured. I'm going to have to reach out and we're going to have to talk about something, y'all. Okay. Have a great day. This your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D. Bye.